Let's send it live to CEFCU Arena, where Mikey Fornelli and Braden Fogerson have the call.
Mikey Fornelli alongside Braden Fogerson, and as you just heard Blake Borgardt back in the studio, thanks Blake for sending it over to, yes, as he said, the newly stickered on the court CEFCU Arena. Fogerson, they still haven't changed the Jumbotron. Redbird Arena, it still says in the Jumbotron, but a lot of the signage around here is starting to change, so maybe it is time we start calling it the Q.
Yeah, it's something like that, and you know, the Q, of course, known as Cleveland's home for a long, long time. I think we could come up with something similar as well. This is a really, really cool name to be able to have for ISU, and of course, there's a lot of support to the university.
As Blake said, we got a matchup for you tonight, a Missouri Valley Conference matchup, the first year of the UIC Flames being in the Missouri Valley, although these two teams already have a history. Flames won earlier in the season, December 28th. That was actually the Flames' last win on a 9-game losing streak now, but they beat ISU there late in 2022, looking for their first win in 23 against this ISU team. We got 20 minutes of basketball ahead of us here in the first half, 40 in total, 0-0 now. Luke Yaklich, the head coach for the Flames, giving Ryan Peden a handshake. Of course, he's familiar with CEFCU Arena, having been an assistant here in the Redbirds NIT days under Dan Muller, and as a player was roommates with Dan Muller when he was here at ISU, so he's back home as well, as the tip is won by McChesney. Sent back to Malachi Poindexter. We are underway. Mikey Fornelli, Braden Fogerson, and Blake Borgardt here coming at you for this broadcast of WZND men's basketball. Poindexter at the top of the key. Dishes into Kendall Lewis inside. It's up, it's in. 2-0 Redbirds.
Really, really good work. They find a nice pass. They're able to split it right in that gap there and find that.
Here come the Flames. Trey Anderson at the guard, bringing the ball up. Tips it over to Jace Carter. Carter brings it around. Gets it back out to Anderson. Anderson finds Okani at the top, guarded by Kazubki. Okani back around. Okani in the corner, sets up, long two, and off the back rim. Rebounded Kendall Lewis, first of the game. Many times we're going to see that today, Braden.
Trying to find some space at the top of the key by using the screen. Just didn't work that time.
And here comes Kazubki. Dishes it out to Malachi Poindexter, guarded at the top. Kendall Lewis, McChesney, and Poindexter comes around. Inside, dribbles one way to the other, takes his left hand, outside, shot, it's in. 4-0 Redbirds, 18:51 on the clock. Kazubki out to McChesney. Redbirds playing a lot on the outside. Open three for Poindexter, got it! Welcome back to CEFCU Arena. I'm Mikey Fornelli alongside Braden Fogerson, and back in the WZND studio, that's Blake Borgardt. 10-0 Illinois State, 15-25, just under 5 minutes played, and the Redbirds off to a hot start, Braden. Now the Redbirds back on offense. Out to Kendall Lewis. Inside, guarded by Scoball. Giving him some space on the outside. He decides to come in a little bit, make Scoball fall. Poindexter, Malcolm Miller, McChesney all around that outside arc. Gets it to Burford inside. Burford drives up and around. It's in. Darius Burford with a Derrick Rose type move there as the point guard he is. Nice basket to get the 22-10, 6:59.
Nice finish on it, too.
This time an open three for Christian Jones. Won't go. McChesney get the rebound. UIC shooting 29% from the field, only 20% from three. Poindexter at the top of the key, Jalen Jackson on him. Outside to Burford, wearing that face mask. Burford at the top. Anderson playing nice defense on him on that switch zone coverage defense the Flames have been playing all day. Poindexter gets inside, back out to Burford. 7 seconds in the shot clock, back to Poindexter. Gets it inside to Lewis. Oh, and off the front rim on what could have been a dunk.
It was a fantastic pass, just not able to get the finish, just trying to go a little bit too fast for your own good.
Almost set him up for the alley-oop. It's time for Redbird basketball, second half now, 33-22. About a minute until the second half starts. Mikey Fornelli, Braden Fogerson, and Blake Borgardt holding it down near Uptown in the WZND studio. 45 seconds and counting before we get underway. And Braden, what was the big deal for the Redbirds in the first half that got them out to this 11-point lead, if you're just joining us?
Well, the big deal for the Redbirds has been they've been able to take advantage of space better than UIC. Both of these teams have been able to get space. Neither of these teams really defending all that well, although the Redbirds are beginning much more effort in the paint, both in terms of rebounding and in terms of attempting to get themselves space.
Redbird basketball, only on 103.3 WZND, the pulse of Redbird Nation.
In the first half, the Redbirds' first lead was 13 points. Their biggest lead was 13 points, and now 16:53 remaining in the game. Their lead, 13 points. So the Redbirds have found ways to stay dominant multiple times throughout this game, although nice marksmanship shooting by one Flame, specifically Trey Anderson, has pretty much kept them in this game single-handedly. 18 of the Flames' 26 points have come off the hands and the three-point skill of Trey Anderson. Men's collegiate basketball, of course, plays two halves, 20 minutes each, but if they played quarters, we are just at the end of the third quarter. 11:57 here, 39-34 Illinois State right now, although that lead was as big as 13 the last time we took a break. Now UIC on an 8-0 run over the last 4 minutes or so. ISU 0 for 5 in that time and has not scored in 5 straight minutes.
Yeah, a really, really rough stretch over the past 5 minutes. It's got to make Ryan Peden want to shout.
Yes, it does, Braden. And just in moments like this, Braden Fogerson finding a way to make me laugh based on the sing-along song for the fans. The fans trying to stay into this one as the Redbirds and Flames stick to a long timeout. It looks like Ryan Peden and the Illinois State coaching staff are really, really taking their time, drawing something up there for the players who are staying out there on the court for ISU.
And while we're on the topic of taking time, it's going to be important over these next 12 minutes who can take control of tempo. I mean, that is going to be the deciding factor in how this game ends. Now that it's finally a 5-point game again, now that UIC has proven that they can make the adjustments it takes to get back into this game, it's up to however you play call, whether you're going to take your sweet time and set up a play every time, or you're going to try your best to just keep the tempo up and not give them much time to make adjustments on defense. It's going to be very important to take control of that, whichever side you're on.
And the Jumbotron is still playing clips from Animal House as we get into the action. Trey Anderson dribbles the ball from the Redbird logo, and the pass out to Jace Carter. Carter inside, guarded by Kazubki. Sissoko on the foul, and the shot won't go. Sissoko just kind of jumped on Jace Carter there on defense. Tough foul. Rebound Jackson. Redbirds forcing shots from three there. Did not need to do that one. 46-39. Okani out to Carter. Inside to Skobal. Skobal. This time Okani inside. It's up and in.
Good work on the assist there as well. Just a nice pass in general.
Nice team basketball from the Flames on that one. Cuts the Redbird lead back to 5. Malachi Poindexter to McChesney. 2 of the last 10 shots for the Redbirds, both coming from Darius Burford. Poindexter gets inside. There's a whistle. USC foul. And we're going to take a quick timeout as the teams take a timeout. You're listening to WZND. Welcome back to Sefq Arena. 48-45 Redbirds. They led by as much as 13 this half, and they have seen that lead dwindle down to only 3. 4:24 remaining in the game, and the Redbirds have been in a scoring drought since just over 8 minutes. So for a total of 3-minute scoring drought, 8 minutes remaining in the half is when they last scored. 4:24 now. And Braden, we talked about in the pregame, we talked about at halftime, the Redbirds cannot get complacent and allow the Flames to take over the offense, and that is something we have seen. Even the Flames offense has started to spread the wealth a little bit, although Trey Anderson still has 27 of their 45 points. Burford on the outside to Seneca Knight. Seneca Knight comes in. Luke Kazubki on the outside, dribbles up on Carter. Carter inside to Poindexter. Nice layup on the inside. And a good job there by Seneca Knight to really try and help the Redbirds out here. 50-47. Anderson looking to tie the game from the outside. Guarded by Malachi Poindexter. Still giving him plenty of space. Skobal back to Anderson. Over to Jackson. Jackson, Anderson. Anderson now just toying with the Redbird defense. Decides to give it out to Carter. Carter with Kazubki in his face on the three-pointer. Gets it to go.
That'll tie it.
Clutch shot for Jace Carter to tie the game. For the first time since 0-0, we have a tie game, 50-50. 54 seconds and counting. As Mr. Fogerson said, it will not be that much time. It'll probably be longer, but let's see what the Redbirds can do here with a 2-point lead. Poindexter inside. Gets back out. Anderson guarding him. The Flames not letting him get an inch here. Kendall Lewis out to Darius Burford. 40 seconds. 4 seconds in the shot clock. Burford shoots for 3 with a hand in his face and just misses it. And a rebound by Okani. And a shot clock violation in total. He didn't get it off. Anderson picks up the ball on the roll. 26 seconds in the shot clock, 30 in the game. Anderson dishes out to Carter. Carter tries to get inside, guarded by Lewis. Gets the mid-range shot, gets it to go. Tie game. What a shot by Jace Carter, has come up clutch when needed. The inbound will be from Carter. All eyes on Trey Anderson, who currently sets up past half court. He tries to run up, guarded by Kazuki. Carter almost doesn't get the inbound and go ball. Handoff. Anderson has some space. 2 seconds, 1 second. Anderson shot is up and it's off. Overtime. Overtime from Seth Q Arena. Anderson with a nice shot, but it was a little bit too early of the rim there and finds some air. And we're going to see overtime from Seth Q Arena. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's going to be a battle between the Flames and the Redbirds. One team has to win. You're listening to WZND. Bonus basketball from Seth Q Arena, although it is not the type of bonus basketball we like that the Redbirds had to chase. They actually lost a chance to get an easy win, led by 13 to start the game, led by as much as 13 in the early second half, and then the back half of the second half was all Flames, Braden. And this free throw is up, and it's good. One of the few times all game that the Flames were able to get both free throws, and now the lead's down to 3. The Redbirds need a basket here. They started out overtime so hot, and now they've slowed down with a couple of questionable fouls. Malachi Poindexter playing with Trey Anderson at the top.
Halfway through this overtime period now, they've been able to outscore him by 3.
Burford to Poindexter. Inside from the free throw line. Dribbles it out. McChesney on the pick. Gets it out to Kazuki from deep. It's good! What a shot by Luke Kazuki from way downtown. His second of the game. 63-57 Illinois State. 2 minutes and counting. What a shot by Luke Kazuki.
About as big as it gets there.
Okani comes inside there on McChesney.
Oh, that's got to be a reach.
And they say there is a reach-in foul on Kazuki. Yep, they're going to say on the attempt there was a reach-in foul by Kazuki, and that'll give Okani, who's perfect from the free throw line in overtime so far, a chance again. 67-62, both three-pointers missed by UIC. Braden, this should probably put it away.
Yeah, it probably should.
I still don't feel safe saying it.
No, but it should be good to go, and that's going to send some fans to the exits as well.
McChesney to end this one. Redbirds lead by 5. Kendall Lewis trying to get the Redbird crowd into it this one. A game in which they had chances to win by double digits. Is going to end up falling to overtime, but a win is a win. Yep. 5-8 in conference does not look bad considering they were only 3-8 just 2 games ago. 2 wins in a row for the Redbirds if this one connects. They're going to pick up the ball. Seneca Knight kicks it around like a soccer ball 3 times, and the Redbirds win. Redbirds win from Seth Q Arena, 68-62. Birds win. Birds win. Birds win. 5-8 in conference, 2 in a row after beating SIU the other night. And the UIC Flames, their first season in the Missouri Valley, 1-12, 10 straight losses. That's going to be it for this broadcast of WZND Men's Redbird Basketball. Stay with us tomorrow night as you're going to hear a Red Zone episode right into some Redbird Women's Basketball. Again, your final score, Redbirds 68, UIC 62. In overtime, the Redbirds get the win. For Blake Borgardt and Braden Fogerson, I'm Mikey Fornelli. I'm going to send you back to the studio where you hear from Blake one more time. But for me and Braden, have a great rest of your evening.